My name is Jay Culligine. I am the new executive director of Cartoon Crossroads Columbus. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You all sure know how to make me feel welcome. We've had so many people at the panels, at the events, at all the talks so far. We really appreciate that. I have a couple of talking points, a little housekeeping to do. So I hope you've all had opportunities to discover stories, meet creators, and be inspired. CXC brings the global family of cartoon storytellers, comic makers, and animators together with the people who love and are inspired by cartoon art and connects them right here in Columbus, Ohio. Now, there's some people I want to thank. I would like to thank our partners. So these are Columbus educational, entertainment, and arts organizations. They came together like Voltron, like a bunch of mighty robots coming together to form a super robot, that is CXC. That they are the Billy Ireland Cartoon Library and Museum, the Wexner Center for the Arts, CCAD, Columbus College of Art and Design. I'm pointing, I have no idea where I'm pointing. The Columbus Museum of Art, the Columbus Metropolitan Library, Laughing Ogre, Gateway Film Center, and the Pop Culture Studies at Ohio State University. Now, I have these beautiful badges, but there are some people with even cooler badges, and they are our CXC 22 partner, the AAC, the Association of American Editorial Cartoonists. Welcome, welcome. You have cooler badges than I do. We'd also like to thank our sponsors. Their support ensures that CXC remains admission-free to attend over 55 hours of creator-driven programming and an expo with 100+ artists. So we'd like to thank the Greater Columbus Arts Council, White Castle, this makes me hungry, UBS, the Ohio Arts Council, Go Comix, 92.9 FM, the Columbus Dispatch, Orange Barrel Media, and where we're headed tonight, Seventh Sun Brewery. So finally, yes, I'm getting off the stage, finally, we want to thank all the volunteers who have generously donated their time, expertise, and talent to make CXC happen. It is impossible to do it without all our great volunteers. So let's give them a round of applause. All right, I am handing it over to Jenny Robb, head curator of the Billy Ireland Cartoon Library and Museum.
Thank you. So I just want to let all of you know that here at the Billy Ireland Cartoon Library and Museum, we are celebrating our 45th year of celebrating comics and cartoons. So just out of curiosity, how many people were over at our old space in the basement of Wexner? How many people saw that? And how many people saw our space in the journalism building when we were 2 classrooms? Okay, that was a long time ago. We have just come so far from them. Actually, I want to know, how many people are here for the first time? Yes, all right, round of applause. So it's really great to see our space activated with so many of you back after the pandemic. We have 2 great temporary exhibitions upstairs that both close on October 23rd. I hope you've all had a chance to take a look. I want to thank our awesome exhibits team for those shows. The first one is celebrating Sparky, Charles M. Schultz, and Peanuts, and my heartfelt appreciation to our wonderful curator and the founder of the Billy Ireland Cartoon Library and Museum, and a co-founder of CXC, Lucy Shelton Caswell. So she's unable to be here tonight. She's here in spirit, and I know she'd be thrilled to see all of you here enjoying the exhibit. She'll see all the photographs. Our second exhibition is Still, Racism in America, a retrospective in cartoons by Brumsick Brandon Jr. and Barbara Brandon Croft. And this exhibit was beautifully co-curated by Barbara and Tara Nakashima Donahue. Barbara is here with us this weekend. Barbara, are you here? Can you wave? There she is. So thank you for bringing us this wonderful exhibition. And Barbara will have a spotlight presentation tomorrow at 10 a.m. at the Columbus Metro Library, so don't miss that. Huge thanks to the many members of the OSU Libraries staff who've helped make this event possible, and especially our wonderful team at the Billy Ireland Cartoon Library and Museum, Caitlin McGurk, Susan Liberator, Wendy Flug, Christy Arter, Ann Drozd, Hannah Kramer, Emma Halm, and our wonderful student workers. So we're, of course, very grateful to our CXC partners and our wonderful neighbors, the Wexner Center for the Arts, and all the other organizations involved. We're just really honored to be part of this really magical event. I would now like to introduce a great friend of the library and also the creator of such classics as Bone, Razzle, and Tukey, and co-founder and artistic director of CXC, Jeff Smith.
Hey, everybody. Well, we're back in person, and that makes me very, very, very happy. We're going to do a very, very short awards program. I promise you it's very short. We only have like maybe three awards, I think? Okay, just like three, so it's going to be easy. But before I do that, I want to say a big thank you to the Billy Ireland Cartoon Library for allowing us to take over for a night or 2 days, and it's just been really wonderful, and you guys have really put up with a lot this weekend, and thank you so much. And I also want to do another quick shout out to a good friend of mine who provided the Crossroads pencils. His name is Chris Steele, and he's sitting up there. Wave there, Chris. Chris said, you really need something behind you when you're giving out the awards. Okay, so we did it, Chris, and it looks good. All right, so for the first award, we have an award for a master cartoonist. And we give these out based on this person's, talent, dedication, and just if they're really good. And this year's CXC Master Award is going to go to Keith Knight. If he's here, I hope he's here somewhere. Oh.
The moment you said master cartoonist, I was like, wow, who's that going to be? It's certainly not going to be me, but wow, the only thing I could think of was don't trip down these stairs and poke your eye out with these pencils. Thank you. I'm humbled and genuinely shocked and Yeah. Listen, I just lost the Reuben Award a couple of weeks ago, and I think this is actually better than the Reuben Award. That's what I'll say. And you can quote me on that. Yeah, please come by my talk. And
I kind of left you hanging there. He's 3 decades. This guy has been doing like the K Chronicles and Ink, and he's been exposing the hypocrisies and insecurities of our society through brilliant cartooning. And you know why they're good? Because they're honest and they're true. And right?
And I totally appreciate that. But I'm telling you, you walk upstairs into that room up there and you'll see 2 cartoonists that have been doing it years before I did. So I'm just continuing. I'm carrying on your legacy. So thank you. Thank you. So I'm seeing all these folks that I'm really happy to see here, and it's nice to see you all. And yeah, let's have a great weekend. So, cheers.
All right, next up, we have, who's going to come up for the next one? Craig? All right, Craig Campbell.
Thank you for having me. I am truly honored to be up here. I'm going to be presenting the award for transformative work, and there are a certain amount of people that have completely transformed my practice, who I could just put a finger right down and just point straight at them. And these two women have not only transformed my life, but have transformed so many lives of so many artists and so many people across this world. And this will be focusing on their work with the women's Comix. Trina, Robbins, and Marrs have have been extraordinary in their contributions. Oh, this one's for you? This one's for you. Oh, there we go, backwards. So I just want to thank you, and this is thanks for everything that you've done. Not only from me, but from everybody who has been moved by your work. And for every door that you've opened, you have been generous enough not to close a single one behind you. So thank you so much.
We deserve this.
As I was helping myself to food earlier, somebody came over to me and said, "You're going to win an award tonight." And I said, "No." So he was right.
Thank you. Thank you. You're in the middle. Again.
Sorry, keep pressing buttons.
Hi everyone, I'm Caitlin McGurk. I'm the curator of comics and cartoon art here at the Billy Ireland. We've got one final award to give out tonight, and that is the Tom Spurgeon Award. So to tell you a little bit about it, I want to welcome the CXC Festival President, Rebecca Perry Damson.
Okay, that award was really cool, so this is going to be even harder. And I have 3 pages, but because I'm blind, you could read it from back there, so it's really not going to be that long. I just wanted to say hey to everybody, and how are you? Really? Oh, sorry, I guess I'm taller. Ah! Thank you. Can we talk about Tom for a minute? This is our first in-person awarding of the new CXC Tom Spurgeon Award. And for those of you who don't know, because we do have some first-timers here, Tom was our founding executive director who left us too early after the 2019 festival. Sorry, just take a second. I was writing this intro and it really wasn't coming off because it was real dry and boring. And I was like, it sounds like I'm talking about a dead guy in a library. And now I realize that I'm talking about a dead guy in a library. So I don't want to talk about him as a guy who died. I want to talk about him as a guy who lived. And what he lived for. Tom loved this part of the festival. He would have loved that moment of giving the Women's Comix Award and the Master Cartoonist. It was his favorite part, especially the emerging talent, which look for it tomorrow on the expo floor. but he was especially fond of giving awards to amazing creators who perhaps, well, no less deserving, had maybe been overlooked a little bit or were not as awarded as others. He was a comics historian, a comics reporter, a critic, and a festival organizer. I'm curious how many people here started coming to CXC because of Tom. Probably a lot. But all of these pursuits emanated from his status as a fan. He loved comics. He could stare at a page and be moved to tears. He could stare at a top-selling page and, well, perhaps not like it as much despite its popularity, and then would not keep that opinion to himself. He was a fan of quality and wanted the industry at large to always improve and the world to come to the same conclusion that he had, that comics belonged in that supposedly rare air previously reserved for so-called fine art. He loved CXC because he loved celebrating the art form and its creators in all of its forms. And to be honest, Tom himself envisioned and talked about an award like this. He always wanted to do this. And he had folks in mind that he wanted to celebrate. So after some discussion with his family in 2020, our team envisioned the Tom Spurgeon Award. The Spurgeon Award recognizes substantial contributions to the field of comics by folks who are not primarily cartoonists, whose support of cartoonists and cartoon art enhances the field in immeasurable ways. Perhaps, as Tom always loved, someone under-celebrated. Behind the scenes, if you will. Our inaugural awards were given online in 2021 in the heart of the pandemic. Posthumous awards recipients were Molly Slott, Orrin Evans, and Kim Thompson. I'm super excited about this year's awardee, and based on the response to their willingness to come and be a guest at CXC, I think you will too. I will turn things back over to Caitlin for the actual giving and naming of the award. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, hi. The Tom Spurgeon Award for 2022 has been given to pioneering manga scholar and translator Frederick Schott. Hi, Fred. Come on up. Hey, Fred. Fred, just to embarrass you a little, I want to read a little bit about you. The CXC Awards Committee would like to thank you for your crucial work that you've done in the field of comics. Your groundbreaking 1983 book, Manga, The World of Japanese Comics, was the first significant book to introduce English speakers to Japanese comics. Your translations into English of such essential stories as Astro Boy by Tezuka, Ghost in the Shell by Shiro, The Rose of Versailles by Akita, and numerous others, as well as your biography of Tezuka and additional scholarly endeavors, led to a seismic transformation of comics readership and cultural exchange in our beloved field. And the care and enthusiasm with which you take on your work is an inspiration all around. Indeed, the committee feels that the current boom in readership of all varieties of comics is indebted in part to the influx of young readers who are introduced to the medium by way of manga, which is directly traceable to your efforts. The influence of your accomplishments are vast and far-reaching, and in many ways make up a crucial part of the DNA of contemporary comics fandom and scholarship. There are so many young people here right now who first got interested in comics through reading manga or watching anime, and they and all of us owe a debt of gratitude to you for that. It's really saying something when your influence in a field creates such a ripple effect in the industry that the individual behind it almost becomes unseen. But that's what this award is all about, is recognizing folks just like you. So thank you, Fred, for joining us for CXC. Thanks for all you've done to enrich our industry and community, and congratulations. Oh, and the beautiful certificate, if you want to open that back up, was drawn by Emmy Guinness. Yeah! Okay, So I promise we're just about done. That completes the award ceremony for this evening. As Rebecca mentioned, there is one final award that's given out tomorrow on the expo floor. It'll probably happen at 3 p.m. I'm being signaled. So keep your eye out for Jeff Smith and Vijaya Iyer with a megaphone walking around looking for the emerging talent winner. I just want to mention a few more things. The music that you guys have been hearing tonight is courtesy of the Cleveland-based Cliff Habian Trio. So let's have a round of applause for them. Cliff Habian has done extensive research compiling musical history and interesting anecdotes regarding the unique working relationship between Vince Guaraldi and Charles Schultz. So what you're hearing tonight is all Guaraldi compositions. So if you have any questions about their relationship, go over and chat with Cliff on the keys. Lastly, I hope you'll all head over to the Wexner Center for the Arts directly following this reception for our keynote event with our master cartoonist, Keith Knight, in conversation with James Spooner. Thank you.